What is going on? Welcome to Beastly Thoughts Live episode. Oh shit, I forgot. 92?
93.
93.
Good thing you have me, Briar.
That's right. I say that to myself on a daily basis. Good thing I have Robbie.
Your old man brain just couldn't remember.
Robbie, I don't know if you're religious, but do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate anything for the holidays?
We do celebrate Christmas. I am not religious, but yes, we do celebrate Christmas indeed.
I love Christmas time. I'm not religious. I don't like partake in religion. However, I love Christmas time because it's a perfect opportunity to share kind of my appreciation and my love for people around me by showering them with gifts. And it's really fun to me. Like Christmas morning, I have the same excitement as like I did when I was a child about Christmas morning, but now it's kind of in the reverse direction. I can't wait to give gifts. I really I spent the last month and a half buying all this stuff, and I can't wait to see like how it's received, right? I just look forward to it. It's not altruistic. It's totally about gratifying my own personal sense of like I want to see this person happy, right? So it's totally selfish, but also it's in the gift giving spirit. So I love Christmas. I love the whole time of year. Everybody just is in a better mood this time of year too.
Christmas has got to be my favorite holiday. I mean, for me, it's one of my favorite times of the year. It is. Everyone's in such a good mood. Everyone's happy. Everyone's just smiling and enjoying time together. And even with the gifts, like I don't necessarily look forward to what I get, but I'm just excited to share the moments with these people and open all these things, and we're all so happy together. I love Christmas. I really do. Yeah,
you get to spend a lot of time with family. People start drinking at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's wonderful.
It's a great time of year.
You got 2 turkey dinners like I did.
Oh, yeah. You got the double.
Yeah.
So that being said, I got some fucking awesome gifts, and I know you did too, so I want to talk about them a little bit. What'd you get for Christmas this year? What'd you get?
So I got a lot of random stuff. I got some Xbox Live gift cards. I got a couple video games. But first and foremost, I got a brand new phone, which I was really looking forward to. I got the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge and my first ever virtual reality headset right there.
That is cool. So how does this thing work? It hooks up to your Galaxy smartphone, and you play games on it?
Yeah, I can show you. So basically what happens is this part here, you pop this off. The phone literally goes right in front of these goggles here. You put it in these little slots, and it clamps in there, and the screen basically is your phone, and you can look around fully, and it's incredible. It really is.
So what kind of games do you have for it?
I got a lot of cool games for it. There are a lot of free apps. Like there's different experiences and apps. There's also, of course, games. Eve Gunjack is one of them. I'm sure you know of Eve Valkyrie coming out for the Oculus Rift next year. That's basically sort of a smaller version of that game. It's amazing. It was $10 in the store. I bought it this morning. Basically, you're in this ship in space, and what you're doing is you're turning your head to pilot the ship, and you're shooting enemy fighters down. It is so cool. I love it. It's amazingly immersive.
Do you have a game controller for it? How's it work?
No, I actually just ordered a controller this morning, but basically there's a touchpad on the right side of the headset, so when you want to fire, you have to look, and then you tap like this, and you'll be shooting missiles at them. Then you have power-ups. You can like swipe forward and stuff. It's incredibly immersive. I had so much fun with it.
Nice. You think it's a long-term gaming experience, or you're more looking forward to the PlayStation headset and Oculus?
I got to tell you, like, I was very skeptical about VR going into this, but I got to say, this device fully lives up to the promise. This is incredible technology, and it's only going to get better. For a first-generation device, it's amazing how well it works. Like there's never any moment where you're lost out of the immersion. You have your headphones on. It feels like you're there. It is such a cool new experience, and the amazing thing is it's going to get better too when the Oculus Rift comes out with PlayStation VR, and we have these controllers that can track our hands as well as our movement of our head. It's going to be unbelievable.
Nice.
I'm a believer in VR. I really am. Like this technology is amazing.
Yeah,
I never expected it to be this good.
It finally seems like it's gonna hit like this year too. So, like, oh man, I'm psyched for it. I'm currently building a PC. Like, I'm not personally doing it, but I'm speccing it out and having somebody build it for me. And one of the main things about this PC is that I want to be ready for VR. And I keep being super hesitant about the video card because I know NVIDIA's got some new stuff coming along the pipe shortly. So it's really been hard for me to pull the trigger and actually say, okay, this is the spec, build it. Because I just want to be as ready as I can be for that Oculus stuff, and then later the PlayStation stuff as well.
Especially with the PC, there are so many different options. I mean, every single component, there are so many choices to do based on power, efficiency, all of that stuff. You can personalize, customize.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
noise is a big concern for me because I do YouTube. I don't want something like making a ton of noise in here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that sounds awesome. What games did you get?
I got Rise of the Tomb Raider, actually. I haven't even opened it yet. I've just been playing on this because this technology is so cool. I am so sold on VR now. I mean, this is incredible. I cannot wait. Like, day one, I think I'm going to be getting PlayStation VR. I am completely sold on this. And I was really skeptical about virtual reality. You got to try it to understand it. I'll say that.
Yeah. Really the only thing that scares me is I haven't seen that killer app yet. That thing that says to me, they couldn't have made this game unless they did it in VR, and it just sells VR. You know, that hasn't been shown to me yet, but I'm excited for it. This is something they've been promising me since, I don't know, since the 90s. You know, for 20 years they've been promising this, and it looks like it's finally here, and I'm really excited for it. So Tomb Raider, you haven't even opened it yet. What else did you get?
That was pretty much the only video game I got. I mean, I've mostly, just been buying it on the VR, and that's what I've been playing. So.
I have two 14-year-old boys who play mainly, and okay, so let me get a quick backstory. Two 14-year-old boys. In the fall, I bought them brand new gaming laptops. Their birthday is in early December, and I bought them gaming mice, and mouse pads, and headsets, and like all the accessories you need for gaming on a PC.
Yep.
And then I had no fucking ideas for Christmas, like nothing. Could not think of a damn idea because I'd used everything up, right?
Yeah.
So it was tough shopping for the boys this year. They only play two games. They play Counter-Strike Go and they play Minecraft, and they're not really interested in other games. They're not interested in PlayStation games or Xbox One or Wii U games. In fact, I bought them Mario Maker for the Wii U, and they haven't even played it yet.
Wow.
Like I bought that for them in early December, not like lately. So. Other than that, though, I gotta say, my wife killed it this Christmas. She got me a full Sonos surround sound system for the living room. So it comes with the play bar, which is like a Sonos compatible sound bar. She bought me the Sonos sub, which is a subwoofer, and then she bought me two Play Ones that go behind you. Play Ones are like little boxy speakers that are Sonos compatible. The thing is awesome. I now can play Sonos music in the living room, which I couldn't do before. I love Sonos. Once you've gone to a Sonos system in a house, it's amazing how awesome it is, right? Because you constantly have music playing, and it's the same music all throughout the house. So now we have 5 rooms in the house wired up for Sonos.
That's incredible.
No matter where you go, and when I say wired up, it's all wireless. Wherever you go in the house, you can have the same music playing at all times.
Yep.
And this got the living room set up, and it sounds great. The subwoofer is super deep. I had a 5.1 surround sound system in the living room with all the wires running around, and it was a standard 5.1 with a home theater box and speakers all around. This thing sounds better. The sub especially goes way deeper without getting like boomy. It's an amazing gift. She also got me a little holiday. We're going away for a weekend to a bed and breakfast in Vermont, which I'm really excited about for a weekend. And she got me a Daryl doll from The Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was awesome. I like that. I put it up on the mantle. I'm going to leave it there until she tells me to take it down.
Hopefully that won't be for a long time. That's great.
Yeah. So it was a good Christmas holiday, I got to spend some time with my mother. We went and saw Star Wars. That was really fun. I went with the boys to see Star Wars. I went as soon as we could. As soon as I could get tickets, we went. Because I didn't want to have it ruined. Because the spoilers are everywhere on the internet right now.
They sure are.
Like as a Twitch streamer, it's like it's horrifying because the Twitch chat, people just jump into a Twitch chat
and they'll just type it immediately. Yeah,
type it immediately, and you can't do anything about it. There's actually bots that are written specifically to delete those messages, but they can't delete them
fast enough,
right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really, it's a shame because the new Star Wars movie is good. So I brought the kids there as soon as we could. And then we ended up, my mother actually wanted to see it. So we went as a whole family, 5 people, and did that the day after Christmas, which is a bad time to go see a movie because the theater was packed.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that was a lot of fun.
I'm so glad to hear, you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I'm really upset because, unfortunately, I had the movie spoiled for me. On Twitter, I saw a picture, and I know what happens. It's with Han Solo. I'm not going to say anymore.
Don't even say that, please.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything. Yeah, and here's the thing that frustrates me, too, is because this is freaking Star Wars. This means a lot to millions of people. And whoever wants to spoil this, you're an asshole. Like, don't do that.
You're just a bad person.
I have no tolerance for that. Don't spoil the movie, please.
We actually got, for our first bit of news, is Star Wars related. The Force Awakens has broken multiple box office records, including the highest grossing film on day one and on opening weekend, and the fastest film to reach 1 billion in sales.
It's clearing every single record out of the books. Yeah. Like, this movie is hauling ass. That's what I'd say. Like
you can still go to a theater. It's now been over a week. You can still go to a theater and it'd be sold out.
Yeah.
Like you can still do it. That's not common. I used to do a movie review podcast. I did it for like 3 or 4 years, and I'd go to see movies all the time, right? Every movie I saw, I had to go see in the theater. And I'd often go sit in a theater, and it was just me. Yep. Like I was the only person in that theater. That's not happening with Star Wars. Yeah, it was weird sitting in horror movies in a theater all by yourself.
Oh God,
are the worst horror movies in the world. It's fucking ridiculously
There's
horrifying.
No one to hold on to. It's just you.
Like with the surround sound, you start hearing like creeping in the background. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Speaking of that, I actually played a horror game on my virtual reality headset. Holy shit, it's like 10 times scary.
No, thank you.
My goddamn pants. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
No, thank you. I hate horror games because I am susceptible to them. I have very low tolerance to shock, like the shock horror. Yeah, and my pulse raises, I start sweating, I get like tense. I'm like, I can't.
I do too. But I love it. I mean, here's the thing. I love horror video games. I'm not a huge fan of horror films. Like, especially Dead Space was an amazing series that I really loved. I had a lot of fun with those games, and they were very horrifying and gruesome. And this VR demo I played, you were in like a small room, and it was kind of creepy because there was just like a door, and you could hear through these surround sound headphones, there was like this girl speaking to me and all this creepy stuff going on. And there's like these 2 little dolls sitting up in this window still. And then I turn around and then I turn back. They're like right in front of me. It was so creepy. Oh,
man. That.
Yeah. Especially VR is going to be amazing for horror games. It's way more immersive and way more scary with this thing.
Yeah.
Way more.
So yeah, I'm pretty psyched that Star Wars is like the new leader, right? The Star Wars, I grew up with Star Wars. They were my favorite movies when I was a kid. I was really disappointed by the prequels. It's nice to have good Star Wars. Well, that's not true. Like my kids prefer the prequels to the original trilogy.
I'm going to have a talk with your kids. Something is wrong.
I've tried, Robbie.
What?
They like that it looks better in their eyes. It looks better because it's more modern. Now, I mean, I think the prequels look dated. Like
I'm sure they are dated. I haven't seen them in a while, but
the CGI just doesn't look as good as like modern CGI. Yeah. So now they already look dated. Where you can go back to the original Star Wars movies and say, they're practical effects, so they're always going to look the same no matter what. It's not like practical effects have gotten better.
Yeah. I think, that's probably the success of this movie as well, is because so many people, the reason why Star Wars is so beloved is because of the nostalgia people have watching it as kids. Like, I grew up watching those movies as well when I was really little, and they came out way before me, but my parents grew up watching them, then I grew up watching them, and so that's why Star Wars just means so much to so many people. So I'm not shocked at all that this movie is breaking millions of records.
And
Everyone in the book.
too. It's good. It's got
I've heard it's
personality.
awesome.
It's got humor. It's got actions. It's got characters you care about, which I think the prequels, that was the major thing that was missing.
I'm sure it's pretty emotional watching it too. Like it's
fun. It's just a fun movie. And even I'll tell you this too. Even if you have heard like the big spoiler that everybody's being a dick and spoiling for everybody, it's still worth seeing. There's plenty in there that you don't know about, and that's really fun to watch.
I'm sure it is going to be an awesome movie, but I am kind of disappointed that people were doing that. But I still can't wait to see it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, more news. Russian man sues Bethesda over losing his job to Fallout.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Let me read this one for you.
How can this be a thing? This doesn't even make sense.
A Russian man is suing the creators of Fallout 4, Bethesda Game Studios, because he didn't know the game would become so addictive. The 28-year-old man from, I don't even want to try and pronounce that, claims he lost his job, friends, and wife because of the game. First of all, if your wife left you because of a video game, you had relationship problems. But
you're pre-existing.
Anyways, Russian news outlet RT reported that the plaintiff is asking Bethesda for around $7,000 to pay for the emotional distress that the game brought on. The man claims that had he known the game would have hooked him so completely, he would have become a lot more wary of it. I would not have bought it, or I would have left it until I was on holiday or until the New Year holidays.
Okay. So isn't that what a game is supposed to be? It's supposed to be fun to play, addicting. It's supposed to be a great diversion from real life, right?
And don't be a complete idiot and lose your life to it. Like, that's not Bethesda's fault if you're addicted to this game and your wife leaves you, you lose your job. That's not anything Bethesda did. That's your own decisions. You have to learn to deal with work, life, and playtime. You have to learn to balance these things. So
this guy's an idiot. Everybody knows it, but we can all relate to him because everybody's got that game that hooked him so hard. It was like obsessive.
We really do.
Robbie.
But to go an extra mile and sue them for $7,000.
What was that game for you? What game did that to you? It's like it hooked you so hard that you were ignoring everything else.
Oh man, probably Skyrim when that came out. I mean, I'd play it for weeks on end. I wouldn't stop. That was so addicting. Yeah. So we've all been there, but
absolutely. For me, it was Skies of Arcadia. That came out on the Sega Dreamcast.
Oh yeah.
And I had actually just been laid off. I had been laid off by a cable company, right? I was like cable guy. I was literally a cable guy. And I had just been laid off. So I sat and I bought Skies of Arcadia like right around the same time I got laid off. And I just sat there and I played that game, which is, I don't know, how many hours is that RPG? Who knows? And I didn't do shit. I didn't go out with friends. I didn't apply for new jobs. I just sat there and I played that fucking game.
You neglected your own self-care?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still took showers.
Okay, at least you didn't smell. That's good. And you, we won't go any further than that. But yeah, do you think that's a little crazy though that he sued them for $7,000? I mean, first of all, $7,000. They can pay that off no problem. But it's still like, really?
They're not going to win the case. I don't know. Maybe in Russian courts, who knows? But it's a ridiculous thing to sue for. And it's a dumb lawsuit. However, like every gamer can kind of relate.
We all can, yeah.
every gamer. Destiny was like that. When I first started playing Destiny, man, I got locked in hardcore. Locked in. When the new Call of Duty games used to come out, first like 2-3 weeks, that's all I wanted to do. I just want to play the new Call of Duty.
Same here. It was addicting. It was simple, and it was pretty replayable. And you just didn't want to stop. You want to level up. You want to prestige. It was that was
unlocking all the guns in multiplayer was the first like big push. Like you wanted to unlock everything in there and see what everything did.
Yep.
That is ridiculous, though, that somebody's actually suing for that.
It's pretty funny. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was.
Imagine if he wins. What precedent does that send?
If he wins, I'm going to lose all faith in humanity. Don't let this man win this court case, please.
Right? Like, well, now there's an addictive like limit. A video game can only be so addictive before it's deemed illegal.
There is going to be a new low standard in society if this man wins this court case. Please do not let this happen.
Oh no! What is like those mobile games that just literally feed off of dopamine addiction, like Candy Crush and all that.
Yeah.
Sue those motherfuckers.
When Angry Birds, people used to play that years ago. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, bad news. Uncharted 4 has been delayed till April 26th. This was originally supposed to come out in February, right?
March, actually. So it's
March?
only about a month. And here's the thing. Before people start, getting a little upset about this, that the game's going to be pushed back further, Naughty Dog did this very same thing with The Last of Us. The game was originally supposed to come out in May 2013. They pushed it back a month, and it did hit that release date. And they said that was the difference of The Last of Us being like an okay game to being the masterpiece that it was. So I think this is great, and I think it'll give them the extra time, and I don't see it being delayed again. I think it's going to hit this date, and everything's going to be all right. So I'm glad they're taking their time, and Sony is giving them the time to make the game as good as it can be.
Yeah, delays are always a double-edged sword. You're disappointed that you're not going to get it when you were expecting to.
But it's going to be better quality.
But yeah, hopefully it's better quality and less bugs in it because of the delay. They don't delay things for no reason. They delay them because, the extra time. And the fact that they can take that extra time, that's good. And the fact that they will take that extra time is good. It just sucks that,
Especially Sony seems to give their studios so much development time. I mean, there's a lot of studios, like Ben's studio has been working on a game for 4 or 5 years now. We don't know what that is. Like, they let their studios take time. Because even Sony Santa Monica, you would think they'd release their next game by now. It's been, 3 years since Ascension came out, God of War. But they take their time on these games. They let them have the time they need to make the best games possible. And I appreciate that. They really have a lot of legroom at those studios. So that's good.
DICE has confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront will not have any Force Awakens DLC.
Missed opportunity here. That's all I really have to say. I mean, the game was pretty lacking from day one. It was fun for 2 hours, and then it was like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. So, well.
What do you do with this franchise? Yeah, you're DICE, you're EA. You have the Star Wars license. You can make these type of games. You know how to make them. Like, what do you do? Do you make another one? This game sold well.
Yeah, I mean, EA actually did say in a finance call they are going to do a Star Wars Battlefront sequel. There will be a second one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first thing they have to do is give you, even if they don't do a campaign, which I know a lot of people are going to say, they need to have a long-lasting multiplayer that has things to do. Like, I think they honestly need to take a page from Call of Duty and put in a lot of leveling, put in a reason to keep playing. There needs to be these rewards, or else people are not going to stick around, and have a game that changes it up a little more. I think if they had a little more dynamic multiplayer, had like bigger maps, maybe just a more dynamic game overall, I think that would...
There needs to be more than 4 maps. There needs to be a single-player component.
There has to be content.
More to this game. $60 seems overpriced for this game.
It is. It's a great $30 game, like a really good $30
yeah,
game.
I would agree with you. I will say this. If they come out with Battlefront 2, like, let's say, what do you think? 2 years from the release of Battlefront 1?
You think fall 2017?
Maybe you push it another year, try and get something really spectacular out of it. It'll coincide with the release of the next Star Wars movie, Episode 8.
Yeah.
And you get an extra year of development. Maybe you can make something really special. Something that instead of just being, let's say, just a multiplayer game, has a full single player campaign, has a big multiplayer component, something that's really fucking awesome. Because I think Battlefront was kind of a disappointment.
I agree with you completely. I mean, I think the single player was a missed opportunity. Mm-hmm. Like, they had this amazing setting. They have Hoth. They have these amazing planets on, like, the forest moon of Endor. Why didn't you make a single player with this? I thought it could have been.
And that little instructional demo, like at the beginning that you play, that's just, like a trainer.
Yeah.
That was fun. All they had to do was put some story on that and make more levels, and they would have had a single player.
It's not that hard. Come on, DICE.
Come on, man.
DICE, you can hire me, and I can show you how to do a proper single player with Battlefront. It is not that hard. I promise you, I will help.
Because it was, though. You played that like trainer demo, right?
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
We need to get our resumes over to DICE
story on there.
We'll help you out. Yeah.
Put some story on that. Give us a single player. All right, that's it for news. Surprisingly enough, the week of Christmas, not a whole lot of video game news coming out.
We could discuss the Oculus Rift.
Oh, okay.
You missed that.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, go ahead.
So Oculus Rift launch is currently on target for early next year. Pre-orders are opening soon. We don't know when, but it seems like this thing is coming along. And they also announced that every pre-order with the Oculus Rift, you'll get a copy of Valkyrie, which that, Briar, you were talking about the killer app for Oculus Rift. I think it's going to be that. That game looks incredible.
I mean, it looks cool, but it doesn't sell me. It's a on-rail shooter, so...
Well, it's a first person, like you're flying a ship and you're moving it. I think it could be really amazing. I mean, people have said how awesome that is constantly. Every person that plays it says it's amazing.
All right, maybe I don't know as much as I should about Valkyrie, but yeah, man, that's awesome. They're gonna have a packing game. I wonder what the cost of this thing is gonna be. What's the cost? What would you like to see for a cost on this?
I feel like $20 would be appropriate because Eve Gunjack on the Gear VR is $10, and that's yeah, I think so. Because Eve Gunjack is $10, and that's sort of a smaller experience of that. I think if you open that up and you have a bigger version of that, I think $20 would be a good price.
Maybe I'm talking about the headset. How much for the Oculus Rift headset?
Oh, I think okay. No, $20. That would be crazy.
That would be awesome.
You get a piece of cardboard. I don't even know.
Yeah, you gotta wonder about the quality of that unit.
Sorry, I didn't know what you meant. Well, if we're talking about a good price point, what will sell, I would say probably around the same as Morpheus. We're guessing $300, $400 if they want a good price point. But honestly, I see it being closer to $600, $700, unfortunately. I mean, that technology just seems so advanced. Like, it seems like it's going to be an expensive piece of hardware. And it's going to be...
They won't sell them if it's that high.
Yeah, but the problem is, do you go with the premium quality or do you try to get that good price point? There's sort of a balance you have to have with these things because VR is a new technology. It's definitely going to cost a lot of money when you really get in depth with it. So they have to... If they put it up that high,
though, they won't get buyers, right? They won't get people buying it. If they don't get people buying it, if they don't get it in homes, there's going to be no reason for developers to develop for it, which means that there's not going to be games for it, which means there's not going to be a reason to buy it. You know, so it's like this, it's a symbiosis, right? Is they need to price it low enough that it can gain kind of mass market appeal so that developers see that it has a large install base so that they can justify developing big games for it. If they don't do that, they're fucked, right?
Yeah.
It's $600, $700, they're fucked. It can't be that high.
It's a real conundrum because it's such a new technology and it's going to be expensive, but of course you have to hit that price point. You have to get people on board with it. Yeah, I think a good price point honestly would be, $300, $400, around the same as Project Morpheus. You have to get similar to that because...
I think they got to hit that $300 price point. I really do.
Yeah.
It's going
to be tough.
Launch at $400 and then reduce the price in a year to $300 once they've kind of gotten manufacturing costs down. But they got to get to that $300 price point. And Project Morpheus is a direct competitor to this. You know, you can plug the Sony VR headset directly into a PlayStation and just go. Where the Oculus is more complicated. It's going to have a lower installed base because of that. You got to have a high-end gaming PC. You got to have... If this thing costs $700, you got to have $700 to spend in addition to the $700 you spent on a fucking video card. You know, like,
no kidding.
I don't know, man. There is competition for these guys, and you can be sure they want to hit it out of the park. I think they got to hit the price point, though. They got to have a good blend of quality and price point. And I think $300, maybe launch at $400, bring it down to $300 a year later is fine, but they got to hit that $300 price point. It's got to be able to hit that.
I see that definitely being at the low end. It'll be around $300 because that'll be about the same as Project Morpheus, and I'm sure the technology is on a similar level, but I probably see it being a little bit more than Morpheus as far as cost goes, unfortunately. But if the technology is there and they have the step above PlayStation VR, maybe that won't matter. Maybe they'll be able to sell those to those people. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, there's no doubt about it, especially using this headset, that VR... The technology is here. Virtual reality is a real thing now. But the problem is to get it in people's homes and to get it in a casual audience, you're going to need to have a good price point. That's important above all else.
You got to hit it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to both of those. I'm really looking forward to the PlayStation 1 to see what comes out with that. I'm hoping that there's some adoption for the PlayStation VR headset. I think Oculus is going to hit with some adoption. People just are amped for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that price point that scares me. If that thing comes out at $700, it's fucked. It's done.
I'm really nervous about that too, and I think even with that though, like Oculus VR has been coming for such a long time. We've known about it 3 years now. Like it's been a long time. They've gone through several different dev kits. I think people's anticipation and they've been waiting for this for so long. I think people are going to jump on it when they can if it's not too expensive. So I think they got a good chance with this, but yeah, once again, hopefully they hit that price point just in the right spot.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for news. We wanted to talk about some of our favorite gaming moments of the year. I'm really actually excited about this segment. We were going to kind of do like a best game of the year show, but it's hard to do. Plus, Beastly's not here. Maybe we'll push it until Beastly comes back. Maybe we'll just skip it entirely. Not sure. But I did want to talk about some of our favorite moments of the year, both in gaming, maybe in the podcast, so just some of our favorites. So I kind of wanted to ask you, Robbie, what have been some of your favorite? Give me one. I'll go with another one. Then we'll kind of go on and off. How's that sound?
It sounds great. Do you mean like favorite games of the year or favorite moments from
favorite
2015?
Moments, favorite games, whatever you got.
Okay. I think my favorite moment of 2015 had to be E3 in combination with the Fallout 4 reveal. Having that game finally being a real thing. I was such a huge Fallout 3 and New Vegas fan. I mean, it just made me so happy. And when the game came out, it made me so happy too because it lived up to all my expectations, and I love that game to death. So that, for me, would probably be my number one. Just the announcement plus sort of the release was really a special moment for me. But how about you?
So the Taken King was huge.
Of course. I saw it coming. Yeah.
Taken King was a big one, and I'd be crazy not to like kind of mention that one first. They changed Destiny in such a huge way with the Taken King. They added a ton of more content. They added a ton more story, and it was good story as opposed to the story that launched with Destiny. The raid was phenomenal. Like once you got into this raid, it's so fun. It built on things that I already liked. Trials of Osiris, I already loved. What it changed about Trials of Osiris, I really enjoy as well. Like the way it's now easier to get gear if you don't go 9-0 in Trials of Osiris. It doesn't feel like a waste of time to go, let's say, 8-1 in Trials of Osiris, right? It's now a good thing to do. The way that Cade 6 has developed as a character, like bringing in Nathan Fillion to do the voice acting for Cade 6 and to get a real story out there was really fun. They changed so much about Destiny with the Taken King. I can't wait to see what they're going to do in the future with it. I mean, the Taken King, best DLC of the year as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I got to agree with you 100%, Briar. That would probably be my number two as well. Just the changes, how much Bungie listened to the community and changed with the Taken King. They did an amazing job. Everything you mentioned, like from the voice acting to the story to the gameplay, they fixed that sort of repetitive nature that turned a lot of people off, and they brought tons of people back. I mean, yeah, and I had a blast playing the Taken King. I really did. I mean, Destiny has its hooks in me, and I do get bored of it sometimes, but I do love that game just like you do. I really love it a lot, even if I don't play it all the time. And that would sort of be my number two, I think, definitely.
Yeah, Dylan, listen to Jay. I do read this. All right, so my next one is going to be Rocket League. I was surprised to say the least with Rocket League. It was a simple little game, simple and stupid little concept. Ended up being so much fun for months for me and a lot of people on my friends list. When that initially dropped on PSN, it came for free on PSN. Everybody I knew was playing Rocket League.
Yep.
And everybody was enjoying the shit out of it. It's just like,
it's not like you just kind of liked it or sort of. It's like,
no. Everybody loved it. I can't believe I got this for free. I can't believe how fun this is. It's so dumb, and I love it so much. Okay, so Rocket League, it's a soccer game played with anywhere from 1 to 4 players per team. But the difference is instead of using
everybody knows what this is. We don't need to do this.
You're using cars with rockets on the back, in a domed arena. Man, it's so much fun. It's silly fun. It's cheap now. The DLC has been great. You've been keeping up with the DLC on this?
I haven't played Rocket League in quite a while, but yeah, that game was awesome.
Man. So Rocket League, for me, is that thing I played with my friends while we were waiting for the rest of our raid group to get together.
Cool.
So we just jump into a game of Rocket League. More hysterical laughter has come out of Rocket League than any game I know of.
Yeah, I mean, Rocket League for me too, awesome game, and I'm excited that Xbox One owners will get to play it next year as well. And I think February the game's coming out, so that's awesome. It's already on PC and PS4. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely recommend it. Awesome game. My next choice is going to be a game I know you personally didn't like, Briar, but I personally got into a lot, especially considering their previous game wasn't so great, and that's Dying Light for me, because I really enjoyed the Dead Island games, but there was a lot of problems with them. Dying Light was just a better version of Dead Island in every way. It was an excellent, excellent open-world zombie game. I mean, it was a lot of fun. Lots of good quests, good variety. The world was interesting. I mean, there's a lot to do. It was always fun going around chopping zombies in half. You know, their limbs coming off. Very bloody game, but that was one of my favorite games of the year, and definitely the biggest surprise. I really liked it a lot.
Nice. One of my highlights of the year is this year I started, basically I got involved with Planet Destiny. I started doing the Planet Destiny podcast, and that has been like a really amazing thing. It's getting involved with Planet Destiny and the Destiny community. Planet Destiny, so it's kind of like, it's almost two different things. Is getting involved with Planet Destiny gave me the exposure to become a bigger part of the Destiny community, and those two things I can't really separate in my mind, but they meld into just being part of the Destiny community. And the Destiny community has been just amazing. It's been an amazing thing to be part of that on Twitch, to be part of that on YouTube, to be part of that on Reddit. It's been a great year, right? It's been an amazing year. And I owe a lot of that success to like getting involved with Planet Destiny. So that's one of my highlights of the year, is just getting involved.
Yeah. The Destiny community is absolutely amazing. And Briar, as a friend, I couldn't be more proud of you for everything you've done with Destiny and how much your channel has grown. And with Planet Destiny, I mean, I'm so proud of you. You put your heart and soul, and you were passionate about the game, and it came with great success. So I just wanted to congratulate you on that. You've had an awesome year on YouTube and through Destiny and everything. You really have.
Thank you. What do you got?
Oh, okay. So this game, my number 4 spot, is one I didn't particularly think I would like. This is another surprise for me, to be honest. One I really ended up enjoying a lot, even though I quit because it pissed me off so damn much. Of course, I'm talking about Bloodborne. Bloodborne was an awesome game that I put, I'd say, 10, 20 hours into, and while I didn't play it the most because it's out of pure frustration, when I did play it, I loved that game. I really did, and I did not even like Dark Souls. I played the first one. I did not like it. I was very skeptical, but I loved the setting of Bloodborne, and man, that game was awesome. Even if it makes you want to pull my hair out and it makes my heart beat like crazy, it's so fun. I have never had a game that exhilarating in my life where I'm fighting a boss and I am sweating so much and my heart is beating out of my chest because it is so scary and so intense. That was an incredible game, too.
It does a good job at penalizing you for losing, too. This is definitely one of my highlights of the year. Bloodborne was amazing.
Yeah.
The way you have to like kind of get your blood vials back by going and beating a bunch of shit up, like it could take you an hour until you're ready to fight that boss again.
Yeah.
Right? Like if
I
you
love
lose,
that feeling.
If you lose and you used up all your blood vials, you're just fucked, right? You just got to go get some more. You got to go grind so you can get some more gear and go take another attempt at that boss. The boss fights are just, they're insane.
Unbelievable.
And the game graphically was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. I mean, it took a brand new style, right? A brand new setting that I just hadn't seen in gaming before. Just did it visually very well. There was some problems with that game, but like it's a cool fucking game.
Yeah. Especially when you get to a next boss. I think the game has some of the best boss design I've ever seen ever, like period.
Yeah.
I've never had moments in my life in a video game where I've had that much stress playing a game.
Yeah, it's so big too. Like there's
my gosh.
things, and you gotta you just like you see them for the first time. You're like, how the fuck am I gonna beat that thing?
It's creepy. It's disturbing at times. There are some fucked up things in that game, but every moment of that game is exhilarating and insane, and it's awesome. But it will piss you off to no end at sometimes. But once you beat that boss, holy hell, is it worth it? The reward in that game is unbelievable.
Yeah. That was kind of my next one too. I'm gonna go with a little bit out of the ordinary here, and I'm gonna talk about a pair of headphones.
Ooh.
So I've been using these a ton in 2015, and they're the Astro A50s. I'm not sponsored by Astro. Okay, I want to say that right up front, because I don't want people to say, "Oh, he's just paid by Astro, so he's promoting the headphones." I love my Astro A50s. These are expensive fucking headphones, and to be honest with you, they don't sound as good as this pair of headphones that I use on a daily basis. But they're wireless. They're very convenient to use. They have a lot of options to them, a lot of flexibility. This is actually the second pair I bought because I ended up putting a pair down in my living room and one in my office. So my office is where I play so I can record, but my living room is where I play to just relax on my couch. And sometimes I don't want to disturb the rest of the house with like a never-ending, stream of gunshots. For me, having the A50 gives me the chance to have it wireless, and I really like these. So this is like one of my favorite things about 2015. Is something that was frankly one of my favorite things about 2014, 2013 is the Astro A50s. I still really like this headset. It's not perfect. The microphone sucks.
Yeah, I've heard the microphone.
And it needs to be improved. It's better than the A40, but it's still not as good as it could be. So, like, come on, Astro, up your game on microphones. But they sound good. They're great for movies. If you watch movies in your living room, you don't want to wake up the whole house, but you want it to be loud enough to make an impact. It's nice. I really like the Astro A50. It's one of my favorite things, period, really.
I have heard pretty much nothing but good things about the headphones as a whole. Like, there was I was just looking the other day, actually, at a Best Buy flyer, and there were a pair of A40s for $200. So it was off like $100 or something. I was like, man, I should jump on that. But at the same time, I'm like, I have these headphones I love. I have a pair of Turtle Beaches I love for PS4. I don't need a new headset, but that price was so good. I'm like, oh, I've heard so many good things about the Astros. And yeah, I've heard the microphones have not been good, but I've heard they've gotten better. Like, especially with the newest model, I've heard they're actually pretty good now. But
the A40TR apparently is pretty good. I haven't gotten a chance to test them out yet, but apparently it's pretty good. The old A40s, it was awful. Like, awful. I didn't want to play with people who had them because they sounded like they hurt my fucking ears. The A50, the microphone is better than the A40s, but the A40TR is supposed to be pretty good.
I think I've heard some of those Astro mics, and they sound like they put their microphone directly in a toilet bowl or something.
Oh man, it's bad. Really bad. It's like, why is it so bad? Why has it got to be so bad? It's
it can't be this bad. Yeah, it can't be for a premium headset. Really.
Yeah. All right, what else you got for me?
That's mostly it for me. I mean, I guess my other favorite moment of the year was E3. I mean, I love E3 as a gaming event, and people are always so excited about it, and I love watching the conferences. I mean, there's a lot of cool announcements, and this year's E3 was great, so I'd probably say that. Just 2015 in a whole was a good year for games. I mean, there was a lot of games that also disappointed me that I think we'll get into. If you like, we can talk about the games that kind of let us down, but overall...
I'll talk about that. It might be a little controversial, but I'm going to say Fallout 4 disappointed me.
That's okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I understand what you mean. Let us know a little more about that. Why were you disappointed?
So Fallout 4, it was funny because I made a comment in one of these podcasts before Fallout 4 came out saying all they need to do is re-release Fallout 3 with new content and slightly better graphics, and I'll be happy. And then that's exactly what they did.
Pretty much.
I'm not happy.
Damn it, Brian. What do you want?
I know, right? I like the game. I like Fallout 4. But it's so similar to Fallout 3.
They gave you what you wanted.
I know. I was wrong about what I wanted. That's ultimately what it comes down to. It's so similar to Fallout 3. Like, even like the hacking mini game when you go to terminals, or the lock-picking mini game, the character interactions, like everything just feels so much like Fallout 3. But the story didn't hook me like Fallout 3 did. Like, and the world wasn't brand new like it was for me in Fallout 3.
Yeah.
So it just Fallout 4 has not put its claws into me like Fallout 3 did. Like Fallout 3 was one of those games that just hooked the hell out of me, and I wanted to play it and just disregard everything else that was going on in my life.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 is not having that effect. Is I play it for an hour and I can just put it down. It's just not that addictive because it's so much like Fallout 3. There's just not that much wonder and amazement for me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Briar. I mean, me personally, I love Fallout 4. I mean, I think I love it about the same as Fallout 3. I love all the games. I really do. Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. They're some of my favorite games. But in a way, I am let down by Fallout 4 as well. There's certain things they just didn't do as well as I thought they would. Overall, the game's amazing, and I love it. But there are certain things with, like, the settlement building isn't as amazing as I thought it would be. Like, there are small things with the dialogue options aren't that cool.
I can't even find out why you'd want to build a settlement. Like, there's no reason that I found to do.
I do. I think it's awesome, but there are small little things here and there that they could have probably done better.
Like, what reason is there to build a settlement?
That's the problem. Yeah, it's cool.
What's it do? I can't figure out if it does anything.
You get caps from it. That's really cool.
It's like building a Lego set. You do it for your own satisfaction.
Yeah.
That's weird.
My biggest disappointment with the game actually was what wasn't there, because, a lot of these games, like Skyrim, for example, was, a 500-hour game. There were billions of side quests. Fallout 4 has a lot less content in it because they focus so much on the main story and the different outcomes, and then they also focused on this settlement building, and so the game was closer to 100 hours as opposed to something like Skyrim, which was maybe 500 in total, which that's just a personal thing that let me down. I mean, every mode of the game I enjoyed, but I wish there was more side quests. I really do, and a bit bigger world.
The world size was a little disappointing too. You're right about that.
Because the thing is, this is Bethesda's next game. It's like, oh, they're on the new consoles. Like, this game is going to be bigger than Skyrim, right? Like, in terms of world size, in terms of questing. And it wasn't, but I can still appreciate that they did something different with the settlement building, and it actually was really awesome to me. I still enjoyed it. But at the same time, what I want the most is tons of quests. That's what I want the most at the end of the day.
I don't love the settlement building thing that much. It's not fun. It's not why I came. I came to, explore this crazy effed up world, and
But can you appreciate that they're trying new things? Like, they made some things, and for the most part, I think it worked out successfully. But yeah, me personally, I would want more quests too. So
I agree with that. I want everything.
Yes, you do. Me too. I'm way too spoiled.
I'm not satisfied easily, my friend.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it, right? Is that all we got to talk about today? It's gonna be a short show. I guess that without Beastly here, we basically give up 13 minutes of content.
What are you looking forward to in 2016?
What am I looking forward to? The Division. That's my big one.
Yes, me too. After playing the alpha.
Yeah. Okay, don't talk about the alpha.
No, I won't. I'm just gonna say it was awesome, and I'm excited for the game again.
Yeah, man, I am super hyped for that game. Like, to me, it like falls into exactly the kind of stuff that I like to do in gaming now, which is cooperatively play with teammates. I like PvP, but like I really have gotten into now playing with a group of people that I play with all the time. That's a lot of fun to me. Destiny has opened my eyes to that. I think if I had known more about that in the Warcraft days when Warcraft was big, I think I would have enjoyed Warcraft more. But the grind of Warcraft initially just kind of turned me off so hard that I wasn't in for it. But I really like going out, like questing with friends. That's super fun. And I think the Division is going to offer a lot of that. And I'm really hyped for it.
I think it will too. And Briar, I love you, so I won't give you a copyright strike on your channel. I won't discuss the alpha, even though I so badly want to.
I know, everybody does. There is a public alpha coming. So at that point, we'll be able to talk about it.
And there's a lot of things I would like to tell you because you'd be excited about the game, but I'll just say that I really loved it, and it's re-sparked my interest for this game.
Yeah,
it has.
I'm still scared about it. I'm still scared about it. In fact, the thing I've heard the most about it, and I haven't played it, so I can say this. I haven't signed an NDA, and Robbie, I would strongly suggest you don't comment on what I'm about to say.
Okay.
But the one thing I've heard that really scares me is that I hope this isn't what they've got to play in the alpha. I hope this isn't like a significant portion of the game. Like we saw with Destiny. With the release of Destiny, we saw the Cosmodrome, and everybody's like, I really like this, but I hope it isn't like a quarter of the game, which it did tend to end up being.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what people are a little concerned about with the alpha of the Division, is that they're hoping they're not seeing a quarter of the game.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And I kind of have the same question myself, and I can't really comment on that. So
yeah, the public alpha is coming, so we'll get to see more of it. I'm really looking forward to it. That's like the number one thing I'm looking forward to right now.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me too, absolutely. I'd put the Division up there. I think Uncharted 4 as well for myself. That multiplayer beta was awesome. Like, I did not expect it to be good. And that's the best, too, when you go into something and you're not expecting it to be good, and then it's really good. It's awesome because your expectations are blown out of the water. And I really love that multiplayer. Like, I could see myself playing it a lot. And Uncharted 4, you know the single player is going to be great. It's an Uncharted game. The story's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that.
I love Uncharted. I love those games. I can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah, me too.
April 26th. That's not that far away. I'm really looking forward to Destiny 2. That's coming out this or next year.
It seems like it is.
Yeah, we think. And we expect it's going to come out in September 2016. And it'll be really interesting to see what they do with that. Is it going to be like a full-size video game release? Is it going to feel like more like an expansion? Are we going to get?
We don't know.
Are we going to get new character classes? Are we going to get like what is going to happen? How are they going to revamp Destiny with Destiny 2? Is it even going to be called Destiny 2? Will they admit like the 2 moniker because it doesn't feel big enough or grand enough for Destiny 2?
Yeah.
You know, I'm really wondering because Destiny Year 2 is really up in the air. We don't have any idea what's going to happen for Year 2. Are we going to get any kind of DLC? Are we going to get any kind of more raids before September? Like, we have no idea. We know that there's something big coming in early 2016, and we know that there's something small coming in early 2016. We don't know how big the big thing is. We don't know if it's going to be DLC size or if it's going to be somewhere between Sparrow Racing and like Dark Below. Yep. We have no idea.
Agreed. I mean, there's a lot of questions for Destiny 2, pretty much all like you just summed up. And I wonder if, like, because if they call it a Destiny 2, that would probably mean it would be a major overhaul. Like, this would have to feel like a true sequel. They'd have to add enough onto it. It can't just be another expansion for the original game. And we don't actually know that Destiny 2 is coming, of course, but all the evidence we've seen so far suggests this game will be coming in 2016. But, yeah. I think Bungie's on a good track, though. I really do, and I think Destiny 2 will be awesome. But we'll have to wait for that announcement another day.
Yeah, it's a long way out.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think this is probably my #1 most anticipated game. But you know, I'm probably excited about this one, Horizon Zero Dawn. Holy shit, I'm excited for that. Just fucking cool. Like it's so cool. It's like a prehistoric game, but it's set in the future. Like, I love that. And there's these robotic dinosaurs. Are you kidding me? Sign me up. Yes.
That game looks really cool.
Do I seem excited? Because I fucking am. Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know a whole lot about that game. I don't even know what it's going to be. Is it going to be an open world? Like, what is going on with that game? But from what they've shown, it looks cool.
There's a lot of questions we still have about Horizon. Like, we've seen very little of it. There's so many questions how big is the open world? Is it really an open world game? Are there, like, side quests? Is there sort of, like, a system where there's different villages and you go to trade with them? How does this game work? There's so much we don't know, and we know little about the main story itself. And I just can't wait. But what I've seen, God, that looks so good.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Nintendo's next console. I think we're going to find out about that at E3 or before.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to finding out what that's going to be because I think Nintendo has some real opportunities right now. I think they could come out with something that's game changing, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Nintendo get kind of their swagger back. I'd love to see them kind of capitalize on not only their back catalog, but like their entire catalog and bring it together in both a console and a mobile space that works coherently. I think that they are in the perfect position to make this happen this generation.
They can start over.
I'd love to see them do it. I'd love to see them do it. I'd love to see them start making powerful hardware again. Instead of just kind of like trying to get cheap hardware out there, I'd like to see them actually start playing with power. Because hey, Mario is fun, but how cool would Mario be if it looked great too? You know what I'm saying?
Like a gorgeous Mario game, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'd love to see. Like, I'm really looking forward to. That's like that's one of my highlights of the year. Is like I can't wait to find out what Nintendo's got up its sleeve.
They got a lot of potential, and I think for the NX to be successful, they're going to have to do a lot differently than they have with the Wii U. They have a lot they need to learn and a lot they're going to need to change if they want the NX to be successful. I think there's 3 things they need to do. They need to have third-party support back on, they need to have a powerful console, and they need to have a good online infrastructure. Those 3 things they have to have, I think, with the NX, or this is going to be a really tough sell for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll ever get third parties back. I just don't know if they can do it.
If you throw enough money at a publisher, I'm sure they could get exclusive deals to Destiny or, I don't know, Hawkmoon 2.
Destiny with a Wiimote. Sign me up. I will literally beat Oryx over the head with a Wiimote. What else you got? I got one more.
What's that?
No Man's Sky. I am really looking forward to seeing what this game is. This game has been kind of out there in the ether. We've seen bits and pieces of it for the last 2 or 3 years. I still don't know if I'm going to like this game.
I'm worried about it.
Yeah. I don't even know what this game, like what is the compelling reason to play this game other than
exploration.
It just looks so fucking cool. Like, I don't like, is this game going to have a story? Is it going to be like, is there going to be multiplayer interaction? I really don't know much about this game other than the act of exploring a planet, being the first person to explore this planet, flying like directly from the surface of a planet out into space, having a space battle, and then flying to the next planet and landing. Like all that stuff just looks ultra cool. It just is a tech demo. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah. That with the division I'm less worried about now, but No Man's Sky is another game where, you know, it's been so long coming. We've heard about this game for so long now. I just want to see what it is finally and just have it out. I want to play it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
We've heard enough, I think, at this point, and they just need to show us something substantial and then put it out there.
I would like to know, is there a goal in this game? You know, is there a story? I would like to know that.
Yeah. And if they're coming out in June as well, like that's right around E3, will they hit that date or do they need more time? Because they've taken their time. They certainly have. I mean, it's a small team.
Long time from the debut of this game till release. I think they need to get it out.
Yeah. I mean, if it gets pushed to the fall, that's 3 years now we've known about it. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for us, Robbie? Should we end it?
Not really too much. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. I think 2016 is going to be amazing because pretty much everything from 2014 got delayed to 2015, and then that got delayed to 2016.
Yeah.
So everything we've been looking forward to in 2015 is coming out next year, especially early February, March. We got a lot to play. There's going to be a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about Oculus Rift and Morpheus. We did at the beginning of the show, but that I'm definitely looking forward to in 2016. I think that the approaching new technology is really exciting. Yeah. I think we're about to see kind of the first generation of games that have truly been developed, like from start to finish on this generation of consoles, like come out in 2016. I think this is going to be like that first year where we see optimized games that just come out for these consoles. I think that'll be huge. I think the future of PC gaming is looking brighter and brighter as we speak. Yeah. Like I've generally stayed away from PC gaming, but I'm about to jump in because it's just too enticing. There's just too much stuff I'm missing that's on PC. So I think it's going to be a great year too. I really do. Robbie, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a huge year.
Briar, I got to tell you, with the impressive technology on a $100 VR headset that works with a cell phone, I can't even imagine how good the Rift is going to be on a powerful PC. That is going to be even better, and this is already impressing me so much. And I think that's awesome. I can't wait for you to get the Rift and build this new PC. I think you're making a good investment because I actually do believe VR is going to be the future. And now that I've played it, I can say this is the real thing. Like this is
VR is the future.
It is. I think it's going to be.
Face and let you play.
it's a whole new way to play games and a whole new way to immerse yourself. I mean, I think it has a lot of promise. I really do.
Awesome. Yeah, anything you want to tip this week?
Not too much. I mean, I hope everybody had an awesome Christmas. You spent a lot of time with your families, and
me too.
2015 is coming to
Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope you had an awesome one. Happy New Year. We're doing another show after the New Year, right?
Yes, it'll be 2016. This is the last show of 2015.
The last show ever.
Yes.
Of 2015. We'll miss you.
Goodbye. We're announcing now. We're quitting forever. Goodbye.
This is the very last show ever of 2015.
Yes. The little quotation at the bottom of 2015.
All right.
Small letters.
Thank you guys very much for watching. Beastly, I see you in the comments. You're the man.
We love you, Beastly.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.